Let's go back to the cutting board, knife in hand, and I'll show you how we start how we start cutting up these vegetables that we need. Let's get out the mandolin, because as good as my knife skills are, I don't know that I could consistently cut these things as thinly as I really need them to, because I'm going to layer them in a pan and go ahead and bake them off. Yeah, my knife skills are good, but why not go ahead and use the mandolin? And if you have a mandolin, please be careful. This is the most dangerous piece of equipment in the kitchen. I know more horrible finger cuts, losing your fingerprint on a mandolin than anything else. So please be careful with a mandolin. But what I'm going to do is use the yellow squash and the green zucchini squash and just carefully run it through the mandolin to come up with these nice thin pieces. Then I've got an eggplant, and I can do the same thing to the eggplant, run the eggplant through the mandolin, and come up with these thin discs of eggplant. Add a sliced tomato to that, and now we start making our own vegetable lasagna. What I've got are one of these little loaf pans here that you get, I guess, at the grocery store, or probably farmer's market. Or I think I got this in Pennsylvania, like at an Amish place. I don't know that the Amish make special metal, but anyway. And I have a piece of parchment paper here, and I'll show you a cool little trick. See how I cut the corners out of the parchment paper? What this enables me to do is press this into a square pan, and the corners fold over each other, so it makes kind of like a little box in there. So this way I know that my lasagna is going to come out of the pan when I go ahead and turn it over. Let's tilt down here, and I'll go ahead and show you how I just layer these ingredients together. So taking my lined pan, what I can do is take the yellow and green squash. Let's put a layer of yellow squash down like that. How about a tomato? We've got our sliced tomatoes here. Slice a tomato. Well, maybe we'll cut this one in half. Layer a piece of tomato. How about some cheese? Provolone cheese. Half that slice. Fit that in there. Green zucchini. Like that. It's pressed down. Squish everything in there. What do you think? Another tomato. 1, 2. More cheese. Let's rip it in half. How about eggplant? Eggplant, push, squish it all down in there. Get it all in there. What do we need next? More cheese, you say? More cheese it is. Another piece of cheese. Another tomato. And just go crazy. You want to put slices of garlic in here? You can put slices of garlic. More yellow squash. And now you start looking at this method, this thing that I've made up. More cheese? Okay, more cheese. And also glue things together, kind of. And then green squash on the end. Continue to push all this down together. And now here is my vegetable lasagna that you can imagine when it bakes is going to have all these layers of different vegetables in it. This goes off to the oven. I got a sheet pan to put under it because a lot of times all that moisture will come bubbling over, and I don't want it to wind up on the bottom of the oven. Don't forget about our lasagna. Remember I told you about our lasagna in the pan, and the reason that I put that paper on there was so that the paper can peel right off. Well, I need 2 hands to do it. And you're left with this beautiful squash lasagna. Look at the layers in there of different squash and tomatoes and cheeses.